What's the deal? I'm Latuan, and today we're gonna talk about why the fuck they didn't teach us this stuff in school. Yeah, I'm gonna start off a little aggressive today, man, but for real, it's some stuff, man. As you become adult, you just start questioning shit. Like, why wasn't this taught in school, bro? Like all that other shit, you know what I'm saying, that they was trying to teach us in school. It's like, god damn, it wasn't y'all couldn't like I'm already stumbling on my words, but I'm gonna keep going. Like it just doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? But what in the paradox? That's gonna be the name of this video. Is what in the paradox? Now, some people that might not know what a paradox is. A paradox is basically another word for polarity. What polarity is basically like and unlike is the same, or good and bad is the same. That's what paradox basically means. Is that everything is the same. You know, if you don't like a person, if you got this opinion about a person, then this person got another opinion about that person. It's still at the end of the day an opinion. You know what I'm saying? But what angle you come from, it doesn't matter because at the root of it, it's still an opinion. But going back to, like I said, I don't understand. Like as you getting older, bro, you just start thinking like, man, why the fuck they didn't teach us this stuff in school? Like they didn't teach us they didn't even teach us human interactions at all in fucking school. Like they just basically put kids around each other and you learn as you go. But you know what I'm saying? If you look at the world today, you see how that fucking goes. It's like it amazes me because like in school they don't teach you about how the real world got double standards. You know what I'm saying? For men and women. It ain't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't aimed at no particular sex. It's a thing that happens in the world. Double standards are a thing. But growing up in school, you don't, you know what I'm saying? You didn't notice that. I mean, I'm sure it happened around us, but we didn't conceive it. Nobody taught us that. You know what I'm saying? It was something that over time you had to learn that exists. And some people, majority of people, they can't handle it. And shit, sometimes I don't blame them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just because it'll drive you crazy. Because it's like, well, damn. Because the thing about it is, like, when you're dealing with like paradoxes and shit, some people, they'll be at one side of the extreme, and then once they find out more about the side of the extreme that they own, then what they do is they go to the other side of the extreme. But if we were taught about paradoxes and polarity and all that kind of stuff in school, we would be already consciously aware of if we're, going between extreme and extreme. You would already know that. It would be in your conscious thought to make sure that you didn't go all the way extreme with whatever it is in life that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's life is different. But double standards exist in everybody's life. And it's just a part of life, just like death. You can't eradicate it. You can't get rid of fucking double standards. Like that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? For men and women, it's just there. But you weren't taught, like, you know what I'm saying? Like we just weren't taught the simple human interaction things. Besides talking and be polite and be nice, but naturally, I feel like you naturally learn that over time that you just can't be running around smacking people, running around killing people. Like you naturally know that. You know what I'm saying? It's not as subtle as understanding or noticing a double standard. Because some people, they know it's a double standard, but they don't understand the science behind the double standard. We naturally, because we weren't fucking taught this shit in school, naturally you're gonna look at it as somebody even being deceitful or or they fucked up mentally and all that shit because they don't think like you. When in reality, that's not really what it is in some cases. That's not really what the fuck it be, you know what I'm saying? It just be that they're on the other side of the paradigm as far as thinking on whatever subject that is. But that should have had your mind like fuck. It'd have had your mind scrambled. And because you have to, everybody's heard in life, that life is about balance. Life is that vague ass statement, you know what I'm saying? But nobody really taught what that meant. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't get taught what life is about balance is. You know what I'm saying? You didn't get, we don't understand how subtle that saying is talking about the subtleties in life too. It's not just talking about you go to work, make sure you go party and have fun. Like, bro, like that's superficial shit. Like that's part of it. You know what I'm saying? But that's the tip of the fucking iceberg. Like it's just like I said, man, it's just, and of course you got the Will Smith and the Jada Pinkett Smith stuff. I'm not finna go all into that, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's them folks' business. So it is what it is. I'm not finna say what Will is or what I would have done or do. Bro, I'm not finna go into all of that, you know. But that's a part. The reason I will say that shit, you know, it made me just be like, you know what, I'm gonna talk about it. But I'm gonna talk about it in my way. I'm not finna use Will Smith and Jada, you know what I'm saying, as a fucking anchor to pull people in. Like, nah, it is what it is. But I did get the idea to be like, you know what, I'm gonna go and talk about it because, you know what I'm saying, it's obvious. Like, double standards are fucking obvious. This shit is obvious. And it's just like, it's just about, I think at the end of the day, it's just gonna be about just knowing yourself, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't even try to identify with anybody else or anything like that. You have to first, if you can't identify with yourself, I don't think you would be able to identify with anything else. And because it's a lot of stuff in life, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of temptations. It's a lot of things that will deter you from who you are as an individual. And if you know who you are as an individual, you wouldn't even indulge in it. Now, that I'm not saying you're not going to be tempted, you know what I'm saying, but you'll be tempted, but you're more likely to think about it before you just go off on an emotional impulse. You see what I'm saying? So I just, like I said, it just baffles my mind. It doesn't matter how much I know, how much I learn. It just baffles my mind. You know what I'm saying? The simple shit that we didn't learn in school. Like the simple stuff. Like we learned all this other stuff in school, but like we didn't learn the simple things about being a human being. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was not taught, bro. And it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm more so like, I'm more of a person that I'm more of an understanding person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not technically, I'm not going to judge you. You know what I'm saying? But I still understand that some people don't need to intermingle with each other. That's just what it is. It ain't about me. It ain't about me or anybody else being judgmental and being like, oh, fuck them. And like, no, it's like that archetype or that entity, you know, whatever you are, whatever, we don't mix. You know what I'm saying? Our energies is different. You can't just mix energies, you know, together. You can't be a person, an intellectual dude that's not really into the streets or don't even have that oomph to you, but you hanging around guys that is. You know what I'm saying? Like your playing field, you got more of a broader view of life 9 times out of 10. You know what I'm saying? Then this don't mean that these dudes can't blow up, you know what I'm saying? But 9 times out of 10, the more intellectual guy sees further in his life than the street dude. And they have their reasons, you know what I'm saying? But you can't intermingle those energies. And to even know that, you got to know yourself before any goddamn thing. Anyways, if you don't know yourself, it's not going to matter. So, like I said, this was really just a video about how the fact, it just blows my mind, bro. It's so much stuff that they didn't teach us about just simply being adults in school. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, man, that's food for thought. You do the dishes. I'm Latwan.